All right, folks, we're back. I feel like I never left, but I did, and I came back. You know, it's just the way I am. If you don't know me, this is just how I am. If you're asking if I'm wearing the same damn shirt I had on yesterday, the answer is yes. All right? Period. There you go. Now that is solved. Mystery solved. That should make CNN, MSNBC. Hey, there you go, Chief at FetcherNews.com, and that's the phone number, 889-9700. At any time whatsoever, you can text me. And also, there's a social media way you can follow us. Now, I put on Facebook, and as you well know, I call them hashtag the deep state. Now, people get all just, they explode. It's like launching a rocket. It's like little Kim Jong-un, whatever his name is, testing a missile when I say deep state, or anybody does. That they can't stand that, okay? They can't stand hearing deep state. It's like their kryptonite. Just like Republicans can't stand rhinos. Republicans in name only, rhinos or the establishment. They can't stand that. There's a couple things that they just cannot stand. But, you know, I refer to it as, now, first of all, if you've just joined us, I believe strongly in freedom of speech, freedom of expression, okay? Freedom of speech, expression, freedom of the press. A free press, I got it, okay? But there's a difference. Hashtag deep state corporate corrupt media. They are the enemy of the people. Now, the reality is when they are tasked with bringing you news and information and choose not to, when they have the nerve to bolster propaganda, okay? I sit and I watch every morning, and if you watch the show for quite some time, you get tired of this, but I'm not going to stop telling you. Why the hell do I get up at 4 a.m. and tune in CNN? Holy mackerel, I must have lost my damn mind. And then flip over at 5, okay? Flip over at 5 to see what MSNBC is doing, and then flip at 6 to see what Joe and Mink is doing. Do you know how rough that is in the morning? But I do it for you. And I'm serious as can be, and I do it every day, and I'm not going to stop for the reason being, when I could sit and listen to any of these networks talk about a matter of national security. Now, if you go back last month, these pieces of garbage like Googly Eyes, Shift, Nancy Pelosi, I mean, we would be forever. I only have 2 hours if I made a list. That continued over and over to tell us that impeaching Trump was a matter of national security. National security. When real matters of national security are being addressed through NATO against Russia, with our allies, okay, and what's happening in the Middle East goes unreported. Now, Soleimani, right? He was, jokingly, he was in Baghdad, he had a connecting flight. I love that. He had a connecting flight. Next stop, hell. Soleimani had a connecting flight. I was just here for a connecting flight. Yes. Your next plane will leave in about an hour from Gate H, straight to hell. I love it. All right. But when this individual is turned into a martyr, okay, and our media and Democrats are crying over this individual, crying over Iran, and in total fear of what's going on, I mean, it is just, let me make sure I don't have a text message. You gotta call me later. I'll tell you why Bolton is now willing to testify. Oh, what the hell? Okay, let me ask. Hold on, folks. It's Jerry. You guys know Jerry? You want to call the show at 8:30 and tell the whole damn world? Let me see if he wants to call in. All right, so my brother wants to call in and tell everybody why Bolton wants to testify now. So we'll see. So if he says yes, we'll have him on, okay, in a minute, because we're going to talk about that. But getting back to this, okay, I believe they are the enemy of the people. Now, you got the little queer. I know, you don't like it. I'm out of the box, 805, and I'm calling Buttigieg the little queer. All right, I don't care. One of the things the LGBTQ, right? Q is queer, right? Right? So the two little queers, husband and husband, the little queer's running around, and you don't do something if you're not prepared to handle what comes next. What the hell are you talking about, you little queer? I mean, I know, stop saying that. But look, if you go to Iran, they hang you up and they march in the street. You don't make it in Iran, dude. Women don't stand a chance in Iran. All right? You sure as hell are not going to be a he-she over there. You're not going to be able to wear pumps, high heels, and Klinger over there from MASH, or was that the name, right? You're not going to be able to wear your dress and your high heels and pumps over there. You're not going to be able to be all queer marching down the street with no rainbow flag. All right, women are not going to be, driving and holding corporate positions and wanting equal pay, right? You can't even show your face over there or whatever, right? And the media's gone nuts for them. Now, we all know this. You've heard it on a lot of talk shows. A lot of talk shows you have heard everybody talking about, yes, the media is trying to save the Obama. This is another shot at the Obama legacy, because we know how corrupt, you and I know how corrupt Obama, John Kerry, and the whole Iranian deal is. But it's somewhat humorous to watch these crazy ass people come out. Now, all the news is running this morning is, John Bolton wants to testify because they don't want to talk about Kerry. Let me just run this for you, okay? This is they are the enemy of the state, okay? They are. The media, the deep state, corporate corrupt media, they are the enemy of the people. They are our enemy. Sorry, period. Okay? Number 16. Enemy. Major fallout from U.S. killing top Iranian general. Why can't that little byline read, Soleimani, piece of SH ***, dead after killing 600 plus Americans and being responsible for a lot of the pictures you see of our men and women that are missing limbs? Huh? Why can't it be that? No, major fallout. U.S. killing top Iranian general. Major fallout. Really? Never, and never's a big word, never let these people tell you they support the men and women in the military. Now, what they're freaking out over is they're freaking out over how Trump could come out on one day and say the intelligence community is fake, fraudulent, and corrupt, and now all of a sudden he accepts the intelligence that he's given. Let me tell you something. I can't pinpoint names, but President Donald Trump, okay, has done some things to correct the intelligence community. Now let's keep that straight. Iranians, their ass is in fear. Kill an American, look what happens. Soleimani, okay? So Trump has corrected a lot in the Middle East. Trump has corrected a lot in people thinking around the world, if you kill an American or touch an American anywhere around the world, that nothing will happen to you. Wrong. So the truth is, Iran is sitting there shaking in their boots this morning, thinking, okay, we retaliate, that's good. But if this guy blasts our oil fields, that's where our money's at, off the face of the earth, we're in trouble, right? Because guess what happens? And I'm going to tell you this. We send Iran into oil non-existent anymore. Period. Overnight. And guess what? Saudi Arabia, they will get nervous, but what will happen? Saudi Arabia will start pumping oil, saying thank you. Other Arab countries will start pumping oil, saying thank you. Now, wait a minute. These are enemies of the state. Let me show you another one here. Look at this, man. I mean, I know graphics. We make graphics here. We want our show to be exciting. We want our news network to be exciting, okay? We just rebranded our news network there, FYN. We love it too. But look at number 41. Crisis with Iran. CNN, 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Eastern time. The very first thing that comes up, crisis with Iran. Crisis, right? Let's flip over to ABC real quick. Martha Raddatz. Okay, number 6. Number 6, ABC, Martha Raddatz, covering her head there a little bit, out of respect. Out of respect. Crisis escalates over Iran general's death. New military commander vows revenge on U.S. These are the warmongers. These are the ones that want war. The media that is doing the bidding for the deep state, they want war. They want all-out war with Iran. They are trying to send a message to Iran that America is divided and we will help you divide America and you need to take us to war. See, I'm going to say something that's pretty outrageous, all right? These people are okay if they can get the report, some of your kids dead. They love those kids getting on the airline there and heading off to the Middle East if they could come back in 4 or 5 days and report a response from Iran. Oh, don't you think, okay? Do not think. All right, this lady here is supposedly a columnist with the Washington Post, number 7. All right, she tweeted out, look at that there, perspective. Tehran today versus Trump's inauguration crowd. Really? We all know that Iran offers their people free food, free party gifts. I mean, a massive rally in Iran means nothing. A massive rally in the Middle East means nothing. The government mandates you come out and stand in the street and pretend to cry over this piece of garbage. Nikki Haley had an interesting clip yesterday, I think, on Fox. Do you have that Twitter video? Let's run this. Nikki Haley, former UN Secretary, U.S. Secretary to the UN, Nikki Haley. Let's run an interesting comment she made, I think, on Fox yesterday. Go with that.
You don't see anyone standing up for Iran. You're not hearing any of the Gulf members. You're not hearing China. You're not hearing Russia. The only ones that are mourning the loss of Soleimani are our Democrat leadership and our Democrat presidential candidates. No one else in the world, because they knew that this man had evil veins. They knew what he was capable of, and they saw the destruction and the lives lost based from his hands.
All right, now let me say this and let me get out of the way on this for a minute, because Nikki Haley makes a very valid point there. Do you not think our corrupt, put up the corrupt CNN crisis in Iran, because that's what we're talking about. Number 41, crisis in Iran, okay? Do you not think these people, ABC, CNN, MSNBC, all the above, would not be reporting a statement from President Xi, is that his name, from Iran? I mean, China. Do you not think they would be running the public statement from Vladimir Putin? Do you not think that they would be running the public statement from, what's his name over there in Turkey? Erdogan, is that his name? I don't know off the top of my head. Do you not think they would be running the public statement from the, UAE, King of Jordan? Do you not think they would be running the public statement of anywhere in the world? Now, if this is such a top general, and he is responsible for bringing peace to the world, which we know that's not the case, do you not think they would have highlighted the world sending officials? Like if someone okay, let's just say John McCain, whether we like him or not, leave that out of the equation, okay? John McCain died. He's a senator. He was not president of the United States. But there were some world leaders or representatives of other nations, okay, that attended his funeral or visited the coffin as he lay in state, right? The list could go on. I could give you over and over of people that have died that the world recognizes and representatives sent. Now, yesterday they had the funeral, and let's go to, our media, our corrupt media went to the funeral. They were in attendance, right? But did I miss something? Can you text me, number 6? Okay. Did Martha Raddatz, when she was over there for ABC with her head covered, and she couldn't wait to get an interview with Zarif, is that his name? The foreign minister, right? Was she talking about, or did she do a segment, or did you hear on any of the networks all of the world leaders or representatives of the other countries that attended the funeral in honor of this general, this great general, as they want to lead you to believe? Did they do reporting that say, comments are just pouring in, condolences are pouring in from around the world from leaders? Did they do any of that? Where is that? Let me tell you why. They want to be careful because they don't want this to get out too far, okay? Number 2, you see, John Kerry, right? And is that Sergei Lavrov or whatever his name right there in the glasses? Like if you go to Kerry, the next guy, then the next guy. Is that Russian Sergei? Is that the guy that they freak out the media every friggin' time he is in the Oval Office or around the Oval Office? Or they can get a picture of him in D.C. Do they not freak out? What did they talk about? Every time you see Trump, Sergei Lavrov, whatever the hell his name, he's the security, he's equivalent to like Secretary of State there in Russia, right? Every time they see him, did they not freak out? What did Trump say? We need a copy of the transcript. We need to see what the discussion was. There was no notes taken. And there would be 2. And Zarif, I think the guy laughing, he's always laughing his ass off at America. They laugh their ass off. But you know what? They found out very quickly that Trump is not Obama, not John Kerry. And this is part of that phony Iranian nuclear deal just to have something on the books. Number 3. Okay? Treason. That guy should be in prison. Okay? Zarif from Iran should never be allowed in this country again. Period. He should never get a visa to enter this country again. Okay? They have, for their symbolism, he is bragging how they have, okay, labeled our military a terrorist group. Okay? John Kerry knowingly worked the deal, and Obama, and dropped cash knowing that they were funding terrorism and Soleimani. They knew it all along. Your media will not report this. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. All right? Yesterday I asked you, okay? I asked you yesterday to go home. I asked you yesterday to start doing history. Iran in history. And I made a point yesterday, and I talked to Destiny here at the show and said, hey, you know, when you were in high school, what was this chapter like? What was this day of the 444 days? What was that like? And we did not study that. What? No, we didn't study that. Okay? So here's what I want you to do, because if you're my age, and this is your assignment, not right now because we got more show, but here's your assignment, okay? I thought about this yesterday because I read this article. Do you realize, I mean, it just gets worse for the Democrats, okay? And they expose themselves, their hate for this country, their hate for democracy, their hate for our Constitution. They are the true ones that hate every bit of it. Let me tell you something. When they can use our democracy is crumbling, and they could use matter of national security in every sentence when it comes to wanting to stop corruption in Ukraine and the corrupt Joe Biden, that we know Hunter can't pay his child support. Hunter is a drug head that got expelled from the military. Hunter actually got, pulled over by he's using his dead brother's identification. This guy's a piece of garbage, Joe Biden is. Joe Biden and the whole damn family. They are, him and Hunter, they are losers big time. And when the media will not report this, but they have the nerve to keep using matter of national security with the impeachment. What's impeachment got to do with this? They keep saying it's a matter of national security. All right. 444 days. Here's what I want to ask you to do, and I'm very serious about this. November 4th, 1979 began 444 days for 52 American hostages. There's an article in the New York Times that says, still waiting on restitution. These are still waiting on restitution. Now, this is not an old article. This came out yesterday. My understanding, this came out yesterday. All right? There's an article in the LA Times there, Los Angeles Times, and it's only dated back, because I looked at it, it's dated November 3rd, 2019. Now, I know we're in 2020, but 2019, November 3rd. What are we looking at? About two months and a couple days ago? In this article, they were hostages in Iran for 440 days. Decades later, they're waiting for compensation. No, I'm serious. Read these articles. They're waiting for compensation. Barack Hussein Obama, this piece of garbage, now that you guys, some of you absolutely love, dropped a pallet of cash, okay? And he released their money and gave it back in cash, in interest. And that piece of garbage on the screen, John Kerry admitted, we read it to you yesterday, that they knew that they were funding terrorist groups. And the top one is Soleimani, whatever his damn name is, the Iran Republican Guard. They knew it. The Quds, whatever they are, he knew it. Obama knew it. Why didn't he just split every damn dollar and send it to these people? Why? Because they know our kids don't even know what the hell the Iranian hostage crisis is, or was, or to this day we're living through. Some people still living decades later through it. Dorothy Moorfield was sipping coffee at her kitchen counter when a call came in. Iranian student protesters outside the U.S. Embassy in Tehran had stormed the building. A State Department official told her her husband, Richard, the U.S. Consul General in Tehran was caught in a frenzy. The world, Moorfield said, stopped on that day, November 4th, 1979. You know what I want to ask you to do? Don't wait for the media. Don't wait for your schools. If you're my age, and all jokes aside, I'm being very serious, please sit down and you write the history. You get links to what happened. You write the history. You write it for your children, and you write it for your grandchildren, and you email it to them. And you email it to your entire email list, and you send a nice note and say, I have taken the time to write the history of the Iran hostage crisis, November 4th, 1979. I understand, just say nice, I understand this is not being taught in our schools. I welcome you to read what I've written, and please pass it to your children and grandchildren. It's important to understand the current climate in Iran today. Be very nice. But it's up to you to write the history. You can't wait for these pieces of garbage, okay, to come on and tell the truth about any damn thing. Our children are at stake. They're going to go back to school. Now, let me ask you a question. Would you not like to be a fly in the wall? I mean, I'm saying very nicely, any of their surrounding schools, I will present my syllabus or I will present my history. I promise. I'll present everything. You could check it, and you will know in advance. But I'll be glad. You might think I'm a dumbass. Maybe I am. But I'll be glad to come to your school and present Iranian history concerning the hostages and where we're at today in this crisis. If you have high school students, I don't care what you think of me. I don't care. If you've got high school students, right? And when they get back, if you would like for them to understand what's going on in Iran today, let me know. I'll be glad to. I'll take a whole afternoon. I'll do an assembly. Put all your students in it. Put 1,000 kids in a room. I don't give a care. I don't care. I'm not afraid to talk in front of people. I don't care. I'll talk. All right? And I'll let you read everything before I start. Because let me tell you something. November 4th, 1979, and they have the nerve to talk impeachment. And they have the nerve to talk about our national security being at stake. And now Googly Eyes Shift wants to investigate what we did. I'm telling you, they want to bring Trump up on war crimes. I'm going to take a break. I told you, what do you need to do? You need to do the history and send it to your kids and your grandkids. And I say it ugly, don't get mad at me, please. If you don't and you leave it to the media, you have failed your family in this time, because you know what? There's a lot of us that are not going to be here in that next step and that next step. And we need to make sure that we leave our children knowing what's really going on in so many of these things. I'm your host, BKP. Let's take a little break. We'll come back and we'll get into Mike Pompeo, John Kerry. Let's talk about John Kerry. Take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods. tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
All right, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show, 8:34 in the morning. Now, my brother texted me earlier. Everybody is wondering why John Bolton has chose to testify now. Why he says, hey, I will testify. Sorry about that. I got to get some stuff in here, get it out of the shot. I am willing to testify now, and my brother texted me and said, do you want to know why Bolton's going to testify? I said, all right, I'm game. So if he calls in a minute, I told him to call in. If he calls in, we're going to plug him right in. Jerry, you know him from the show. And I'm going to defer to him and see if it's good, his reasoning of why he thinks John Bolton will testify now and why he's willing to, that has got every media outlet just gushing. I mean, this morning, full 30 minutes. So, Sam, if he calls, plug him in and let's go, okay? If the phone rings there, I told him to call in a couple minutes. Huh? All right. So let's go with, they are gushing this morning, all right? Number 12. Number 12, Republicans divided on possibility of Bolton testimony, all right? So, has he called? Okay. All right. Number 12. All right. Republicans divided on possibility of Bolton testimony. Now, here is the thing there is they are gushing. They've spent 30 minutes. Republicans divided is obviously Susan Collins, Mitt Romney, Murkowski in Alaska. And what they do is they chase these people down the hall and they say two words. Yeah, sure, I'd like to hear somebody testify. And the next thing you know, it knocks everything off the radar. Okay, and they don't have to report John Kerry being such a criminal, and it knocks everything off the radar. And they get to talk about it all day. So here, let me see if I got another one on how they spent all morning. Okay, number 13. Okay, number 13, John Bolton. All right, willing to testify in impeachment trial. Hold on just a second. This is live. Are you going to call or not? Make a decision, man. Actually, that's my brother. I can do that. I can do that. All right. So, anyhow, if he's not going to, I'm going to move on to something else. If he's not going to, because I would like to hear someone else's take on John Bolton and why he is deciding to testify now. All right, there he is. Plug him in. Jerry, are you there? Oh, there he is. All right, he's calling now. Hang tight, folks. We got it. We got it. Stay with us. Jerry, are you there?
Yeah, I was just putting some tools in my truck.
Hold on. Hold on. The whole world don't want to hear about you putting tools in the truck.
Yeah, the whole world's going to hear because I'm on the line. They got no choice.
All right, now listen to me. Okay, so you sent me a text message, all right? And you sent me a text message, and I said, okay. You said, do you want to know why John Bolton put up on the screen number 13, because that's what we're talking about, okay? Put number 13 up on the screen there if you can. Bolton willing to testify in impeachment trial, okay?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, all right, and what I got on the screen is probably your two favorite people, Joe and Minka, with a caption that says Bolton willing to testify. The whole media is going crazy this morning because they love it. Why do you think John Bolton said what he said yesterday?
Okay. Here. Let me start with what the problem is, which everybody should know. Okay. A guy I know works in the Pentagon told me he was up here visiting. His family was in the State Department his whole life. And he told me the problem in D.C. is the whole thing, the government, is egos.
Egos. What?
Egos. They talk about Trump, they all egos. That's what happened with Comey. You know, I run the country. No, I run the country. Well, Bolton left Trump because of North Korea. Bolton is a war hawk. Everybody has something they do. That's what they do. You do your what you do on Fetcher News. I do drywall. Everybody. Bolton is a war hawk. Well, he didn't get to give the okay to kill. No, he didn't get to give the okay to kill the guy in Iran. Happened, he quit too soon. He's pissed. He wanted to be the guy to say to the president, national security room footage showing him saying, told the president, pull the trigger. But he didn't get to. And it's making his ego shot. He don't know where to go. Now he's going to go testify. It's funny he's going to testify after Trump did what he wants to always do.
All right, whoa. Stay with me. Okay. Let me see if I know where you're going with this, and if I could sum this up. So what you're saying is a friend of yours that you talked to that was a longtime State Department said Washington, D.C. biggest problem, one of them, is ego. Everybody's got this massive ego.
He passed up being a general. He was a colonel. He passed up being general. His mother, the whole family worked in the State Department their whole lives.
Okay.
And he was here visiting a friend, and I know the Morrises, oh my gosh, since I was a little boy. Anyway, and we were standing out there about a year ago, and we're talking about that dossier.
Yeah.
And he goes, you know, Pritchard, the problem there in Washington, that's why I'm getting out. I passed up general. The reason I'm getting out, he said, everything is about egos. Even if you lie, even if you target, and even if you just like he said, so the whole dossier is a lie because Trump deflated the egos. Now they're all out together. Well, John Bolton, what's John Bolton always been known for? What do they call him? A war hawk.
Right.
Right? The war hawk. Okay. He jumped on a national security team with Trump here a while back.
Right. Wait. I'm with you, but I want to get one thing clear. What you're saying is obviously Bolton and Trump had a major difference of opinion on how to handle North Korea, but also Bolton wanted to kill Soleimani, and this coming out like 2 days later or 3 days later saying he'll testify. He wanted to be the one on TV. He left too early. He wanted to be the one on TV saying he made the
face
call.
in the place. Yes, he wanted to be the face in the place when it went down. And yes, that's what he wanted. And here's what happened. With Donald Trump, if you watch Donald Trump, he's really not really been big into war.
I'm losing you. Talking to the phone, bud.
Okay, if you follow Trump, he's really not big into war. If you follow his history of who he is.
Right.
Okay? But what he's big into, he's an ego. And they kind of hurt his ego when he killed one of our own. See, at that point, Kim Jong-il just threatens missiles. He lobs them up, they land in the Pacific, and a bunch of fish go scattering, all right? That's what goes on. Right?
You said Kim Jong-un lobs them up, they land in the ocean, and a bunch of fish scatter.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so Trump just, Trump he looks back and said, boy, I feel sorry for the jellyfish, all right? That's about the extent of Kim Jong-un at this point, all right?
He's killing jellyfish.
Yeah, what's he done? Other than, okay, well, Iran is literally killing us. This guy's been killing American people, humans. That don't work well with Trump. And
Right.
when they went out this time, Trump's been hanging around talking about Iran for a while because they're killing our people. They're not lobbing a missile out in the Mediterranean. They're killing our people, literally killing our, like you said, down in Walter Reed. They're literally, this guy has masterminded the killing of people. Well, Trump had enough when they killed that contractor, right?
Right.
Okay. That's it. Like, okay, we got to get this guy. He's killing our people. He's not lobbing missiles around and they're landing over in a desert somewhere and some snake goes scrambling. No. He's killing our people. And Bolton is a war hawk, and he didn't get to be a part of that little war strike.
You really think that's the reason he's out now?
Absolutely. Ego shot. He was listen, he stood in the distance, yeah, Trump this, Trump that. He didn't like Trump, he didn't like this, because Trump would not pull the trigger on Kim Jong-un. Trump would not just, start moving troops for war. He didn't do that. Trump was building the economy. Well, when Trump pulled the trigger on somebody and he didn't get to be a part of it, I'm ready to testify now. I'm going to tell you about this guy. Well, why wasn't he willing to testify back before this Soleimani?
I don't know.
How come? Right there. Because his ego got hurt. He got cut deep, Shrek. All right? He got cut deep. Now it's going to come out because he's the war hawk. And he wasn't in the war room when it went down. I'm telling you, pride comes before a fall. He was too much pride. He was all prided up, and he didn't get a chance to be involved in it. That's all. And he's going to come out and say, "Oh, Trump made this call, and I don't agree with that way of doing business." And You know what? The only thing you know is go to war. We don't need a war. We need to kill people that kill Americans. Don't necessarily be a war. Pinpoint strikes, and that's it. You don't have to have a full-blown war. If you go to war, you take the country. You don't go to war for nothing else, and that's what happened in Iraq. It's how we got here.
Right.
You go to war and take territory. Wars are to take territory. Take territory and take values. It's always through biblical time. So we don't need a war.
Bolton knows. I think John Bolton knows that Mitch McConnell's not going to give him an opportunity to sit there and say what he wants. I think he knows that. Do you think Mitch McConnell will let Bolton testify?
John Bolton had to get his face on TV with this airstrike. He wasn't involved, and how did he do it? I'll testify. Look at me. Look at me over here. Hey.
Yeah, he is definitely
How'd he get his face out there?
Got the lead all day today. Bolton's willing and it's
absolutely. He knew it. He wanted the glory boy of the whole thing. Yes, not wonderful. He wanted the glory boy of it.
So he's lived his whole life to get that kind of accolades, killing Soleimani, and he missed out.
That stuff. Yeah, he's the war hawk, and he did. And he missed out. Boom, filing right away Monday morning TV. Hey.
All right.
I want all the. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can go with that. I think
if it don't make sense, your listeners are out to lunch. Listen to me again. Monday morning, he's going to testify right after an airstrike. If there's no airstrike, there's no John Bolton.
So you say there's no airstrike, right? Soleimani's not killed, right. John Bolton says nothing.
No, he's somewhere combing his mustache.
All right.
No.
All right. All right. Well, okay, we made that point. What else you got going
on?
Airstrike
brought John Bolton to the forefront because of his ego, and he wanted to be seen. All right. Now, here's what's got to happen. Okay, we got to get this impeachment behind us. Fast. Listen, there's always rules committees. I don't care if you're Little League. I don't care if you're Senate. I don't care if you're House of Representatives. At this point, change rules and move on. Change rules and move on. Okay, change the rules, move on. Take the vote. Get this over, and let's get focused on an election because this is starting to bog him down into, do you realize we got 1 year for an election? Trump does. Time to focus on election. Let's get this impeachment over and let's get busy. Period. They need to change rules real fast. And do it. Let's do it. That's the problem in Washington. Well, now if this drags on, it takes him off what he needs to do. He needs to get out front of this election fast before it's corrupted.
All right, you want to hear. All right, you gave me your take on Bolton and why he wants to testify now. You want to hear my take on Nancy's delay? Okay, Nancy's delay, for me, there's so many reasons out there and so many people trying to guess. But under the Constitution, okay, of the Articles of Impeachment, you cannot leave and campaign during a trial. Okay, you can't. You can't leave and campaign. The Democrats are hoping that they can minimize campaigning. All right.
Right. I just said that, didn't I? I say need to move on with it.
Right. Well, exactly. Move on with it. Right. So what they know is the Senate's kicking up in January, and if they hold it, a lot of senators can't go home and start campaigning and then come back in February or March even, do 3-4 weeks of trial, and then go back and campaign. It could be a disaster in some states for some incumbent Republican senators. They know that, okay? They're trying, everything right now is trying to manipulate the election, period.
The election. I'd say they are, machines are, the deep state is. Listen, right now, I'm more afraid of the election than I am. Hey, listen, they trampling their own people in Iran. Did you see that?
Yeah.
When they trampled 40. Yeah, I mean, so I'm not worried about. Nobody's trampling me this morning. I'm more worried about the election. Right now, the election should scare America because that's what it's about. It's about taking the power back from the people. Donald Trump is the face of we the people. It's about taking the power back from us, and I don't know if people realize what it's really about. They don't follow the details of America until it's going to be too late.
All right, Jerry, I got your take on Bolton. I like it. I'm not going to tell you I disagree.
You don't have to like it, but it's real. John Bolton.
I know I don't have to like it, but I do. Damn it! I mean,
Monday morning, he's going to testify because the war hawk. They didn't send him up. The eagle had landed. They didn't send him up.
You're loading up the tools. Where are you headed today?
New Jersey.
Where?
New Jersey. Hey, I seen Trump's going to do a rally in New Jersey.
You think Trump will do a rally in New Jersey?
Yeah, I've believed this. Over a period of time, people, you can only tell a person, hey, like the hamburger. I'll pay you for Tuesday. Give me that hamburger today. I'll pay you on Tuesday. Well, so many Tuesdays go by, the dude don't get paid. He's done. He don't want nothing to do with the hamburger seller. I don't think we can sell hamburgers in these liberal states like we used to. I think we have not a shot to win them, but I think they are like, even California, I really think they're on the verge of like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I really do. I think the girl run down in San Francisco, I think she's got a shot. Do I think she wins? It's a slim chance. But that tells you that the mindset is turning to even getting her in the race. Do you follow what I'm telling you?
Yeah, California, New York, all of those states.
The mindset of a real person, man, that gets up in the morning and puts their shoes on is turning. You can't keep selling them the Tuesday hamburger.
Well, I have to tell you, they keep putting their shoes on and they don't want to step in SHIT either.
That's right. You can't keep doing it, man.
Yeah.
The gig is up. And I believe you're seeing a slow turn, but we got to get on with the election. That's very important right now. It has to get on with. The Senate has to move fast. If the Senate don't move fast, then I'm taking her on the take.
All right.
The Senate don't move fast. I got to go.
Later, buddy. Have a nice day.
All right, goodbye.
All right, folks. The take there from Jerry, let me just sum that up, is John Bolton is the major war hawk. John Bolton wanted to go to war in North Korea, and Trump would not go. John Bolton has waited for years, to be able to get his name on the list that made the decision to kill Soleimani, and he wasn't there, so now he'll testify. That's the take Jerry has. I don't know that it's crazy. 706-889-9700. Text me and tell me what you think. We're going to take a brief break, and we're going to come back and maybe talk about the media and John Kerry. Take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. You can get in touch with me through the phone number there, 706-889-9700. There is the email address and all the ways you can follow us on social media. Now, let me say this. Let's put up number 16 because I want to make a pretty bold statement, okay? And because I think this is where we're at. Now, major fallout from U.S. killing top Iranian general. Let me tell you how they really feel. If you've joined this program at this time and you're new to the program, we're glad to have you. But if you've been here over one day, you know that you've drawn your own line. One, you believe that there has been an attempt, a coup attempt, to stop Donald Trump from becoming president that failed. And then the coup attempt continued to try to have him removed that has failed. Okay? We know all the failures of this attempt. Okay? Now, keep this in mind. Let me say this, okay? The first part of the coup failed due to you. You voted for Donald Trump. Their attempt to do everything, their attempt to release the Access Hollywood statement, their attempt to get Barack on the campaign, it doesn't matter. We only have 2 hours. So we know that coup failed due to you, okay? Voting for him. The second part of the coup that went through the intelligence community, okay, and agencies failed, okay? Now today they are laughing at the President of the United States, and these two people in particularly, opening up saying and playing old clips about Trump not believing in the intelligence community. Now stay with me, okay? That failed. The Russian collusion delusion with special counsel Robert Mueller failed, okay? Failed. Impeachment through Congress or the House of Representatives, although it passed, it failed. Everything has failed. They have used, listen to me, I'm going somewhere. They have used you, the voter, and it failed. They have used it, the old intelligence community, Brennan, Clapper, Comey, the list goes on, okay? Susan Rice, on and on. It failed. The deep state bureaucrats, Robert Mueller, it failed, okay? Then our Ukrainian quid pro quo using House of Representatives failed. Why did Trump trust the intelligence the other day? All over the media, if you've tuned in, if you have not realized these are evil people, okay? All over the media, you've tuned in and they're making fun of Trump on this day, didn't trust the intelligence community. Now he trusts the intelligence community. Because in the past 3 years, Trump has washed through, okay? Washed through from Mike Pompeo, Gina Haspel. Now, he's got to get rid of Ray over at the FBI, but he has washed through the intelligence community, and he has surrounded himself with people at this time that are not part of the coup. That's my opinion. So he's trusted the intelligence, and here's the problem that needs to scare you, because this is my opinion. It needs to scare America right now because you're driving around unsuspecting of what's really happening. You see, Trump is commander-in-chief. And we've got to quit saying that Donald Trump took out Soleimani, right? America, we are America. They don't want us united. They divide us at every turn. So America should have been united in taking out Soleimani. Because the next move, as radical as this sounds and as fearful as I make this, is they have a problem with the military listened. Oh, yes. Now, I'm not going to go down the road of John Kelly, and I'm not going to go down the road of Mad Dog Mattis. But Esper, is it Mark Esper? Okay. Secretary of Defense, the generals, the Joint Chief. You see, Trump is Commander-in-Chief. That's what you keep hearing founding fathers. My God, founding fathers. I've never heard Democrats refer to the founding fathers this much in my life. But what do you keep hearing? Founding fathers, right? Trump has washed away Mattis, washed away Kelly, washed away McNamara, not McNamara, the bald-headed guy. You know who I'm talking about, okay? Crap, why am I losing his name? Okay. McMaster, okay? Washed away McMaster. Listen to me, okay? And he started moving some other pieces up. Trump talks to people. They don't want you to know that. And he says, what piece can we move here and here, and what pieces can we move up to where we actually can achieve the mission that the military is created for? See, the military is created to kill people, period. Okay? Kill people. Not build schools, not build bridges, not build power plants. We go to kill people, period. All right? Now, this morning, right, we have this one here. Let me get this one up. Let's see. Give me number 46, Christine Roma at 4:07 a.m. this morning. Okay? Troops from Fort Bragg prepare to deploy. What does it say? Families suddenly torn apart following deadly U.S. strike. No, they're not. They're not torn apart. I support military families. And I support the wife and the children, or the husband and the children, whichever it may be, that stay behind and keep the family unit together. But the military, let me tell you something. You can get angry at me, but the military loves single guys and girls. They're not interested in your families. That's not what they're there for. They're not there so that you can have a stable, good family life. The military is there to defend the United States from enemy, foreign or domestic. Stay with me, foreign or domestic, right? And they don't care if you got a wife and 3 kids. Now, that sounds awful, but they say families torn apart, all right? There's reports I watched this morning. Let me go here. It's disgusting. I mean, the way they've teaching your children. This young lady here, I don't want to make fun of the young lady, but let's go to number 36. See? CNN went and found this young lady, and I heard the interview with her. Now, they're taking pictures of these men getting on the planes. I have one here. I thought I did. Let's see where it's at. Okay, let's see if I can find that. Again, we'll pull that up, and then we'll go from there. Okay. But these young men are getting on planes this morning and headed to the Middle East. And they want you to believe that we're tearing these families apart, okay, after Trump drops a bomb and tensions and crisis in Iran. Not true. Let me explain something to you. Let me say this. I did not serve in the military. You have my full support, okay? But I understand from my friends, and I understand from my dad, okay? All right. In the middle of the night, you have my understanding is you have your ready to go bag. You have to train and be ready to go in so many minutes. Now, my dad told me, which I don't know if they do it today, but they don't tell them where they're going. You load up. My dad said it wasn't unusual. You just, door flings open to the barracks and you start saying, be ready and load in, 12 minutes. Where are we going? No, you didn't ask where you're going. Be ready and load. And my dad told me one time when they left, they were told in midair. Now, back then, obviously, they didn't have cell phones, right? But they were told in midair. Their whole entire mission was explained to them. Now, I don't know if that's always how it works, but it's not uncommon. All right? We're not tearing families apart. We're defending this woman's husband, obviously, to return with both arms, both legs, and not have a terrorist kill her husband. So her husband signed up to keep us safe in the world. Now, here's the thing that I'm going to go with, okay? This right here, okay, tearing apart, okay? Let me go with number 37. U.S. Defense Department, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Troops from Fort Bragg prepare to deploy. Those young men and women, load up. Got 12 minutes or whatever. Pack, load up, get on that plane. All right? They were not, the story was they were not even allowed to have cell phones so that they wouldn't tell people where they were at or could not be detected by the enemy. All right? Okay, I get it. Let me tell you this, and then I'm going to switch gears. The coup, all right? The coup on our great president did not work. Absolutely did not work. At no way whatsoever did it work. All right? Go to number 18. Let me tell you why. Okay? This is where you think I lost the ground. Pentagon says will not break law of war despite Trump threat. In a coup, what's the thing that could be the last thing left? The military. These evil people, A, are upset that Trump has surrounded himself by people that when the commander-in-chief says strike, says yes, sir. That's why this is going through the roof. The next part of the coup is to hope to get the military to say no. Because what happened, we know. We know they killed our kids and then ran in a mosque. We know that these pieces of SH***, ISIS, and other terrorists have killed our children, beheaded our people, and taken our people hostage, and then ran in a mosque. Remember that in Iraq? Ran in everywhere around the world. Run in a place that they know that the Geneva Convention says, hey, that's a war crime. We decided, you can't shoot, bomb a museum. That's why all these evil damn people, Soleimani and all of them, they have bases, they have offices underneath these places. And in these places that are considered, right, worship centers. See, Trump knows that. So you kill an American or any Americans and you run down in the basement, what's left on the coup? You think the American people believe Adam Schiff when he comes out and he's going to keep doing articles of impeachment? What's left on the coup? They're going to find out Trump's rich in a tax return and he bought a painting and he insured it for more than they think it's worth. And the American people are going to go, oh my God. What's next on the coup? Military. Military. And what they're most upset about is Donald Trump, Commander-in-Chief, gave the order and they followed through with it. That's freaking them out. And the next move they want to make is to see if they can get the military to say no. If they could start running stories that he lost, oh, that wouldn't happen. We wouldn't have. Oh, man, do you not know these people? They go around all the time and campaign and say that everybody's lost confidence around the world in Donald Trump, when it's not true. What's left in the coup, folks? The military. Look at that. Pentagon says it will not break law of war despite Trump threat. Don't forget what's next in the coup or what they want to be next. Whose side will they be on? Just saying. Whose side will they be on? I'm your host, BKP. We'll take a brief break and I'm going to switch gears when I come back. I just want to leave it there.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show, 9:16 in the morning. Now, okay, so let's go through here. John Kerry. Now, yesterday I got a message, all right? It said, Trump, the President of the United States of America. Trump will be on Russia's show at 2:33. I got a text. It's all right. Now, I don't get a chance because I actually am busy running. I enjoy it, and I'm busy running a business. So I don't get a chance all the time to listen. But yesterday, considering the president was going to be on there, I wanted to hear what he had to say. And they can't take it because the president of the United States calls them all out. He called out Comey. He's called out McCabe. He's called out Nellie Orr, Bruce Orr. He has called them all out. All out. Brennan, Clapper, Obama. Yesterday he was calling out real hard John Kerry, number one. All right. So we know, all right, we know that John Kerry, all right, you just do your own research when it comes to, okay, we bought the uranium, okay, we bought the uranium for Iran. Now, take a minute, tell me I'm wrong, but just think about this. Hillary makes a deal, uranium won, but she makes a deal to basically give our uranium to the Russians, right? We can't sell Iran for their nuclear weapons program. We can't sell them uranium. We can't do it. But what we can do, what we could do for you and shake hands on, is we can get you the cash. We could sell the uranium through Canada to Russia. I don't know. Just check it out. And then you can buy it. Buy your uranium to enrich and build nuclear weapons that you could use on the region or our ally Israel. We'll help you find the money for it. I'm not joking. You can't make this stuff up. And the media does not touch it. So here's what we will do. We will put together, let's go to number 2, okay. Let's go to number 2. Let's go to number 3. They're all together. Here he is. John and him they're going through it. All right. Number 3, Zarif. Is that Zarif? Here's number 4. All right. Number 5, I mean, we can get this guy all day long, and John Kerry. So now that being said, let's stay there for a minute. So we created this very phony, fake, globalist, Iranian denuclearization, okay, agreement, which everybody but our media knew, no teeth, false, but it was set up as a ploy that made it look like they would stop doing something, when in all reality, we bought. Your government sent them money so that they could purchase their uranium. Your government sent them money, okay, sent them money in Iran so that they could fund terrorism. Period. While hostages from 1979 have still not been compensated and has not got the reparations, that's reparations, for losing 444 days of their life. It's over a year, folks, to these people. All right? So let me just say this. I sent this morning, let me tell you the video I want. I want the one that says, it's a YouTube, Secretary Pompeo, Secretary Kerry ought not to engage in that kind of behavior. You got that one? Yes, roll the dice there.
That is that last night, President Trump tweeted about one of your predecessors, Secretary Kerry, saying that he was having quote-unquote illegal meetings with Iran's foreign minister, and what others have said is an attempt to undermine or subvert or coach the Iranians on how to get around or avoid the new your new harder, tougher policy in Iran. I'm wondering if you share the president's view that these meetings are illegal, and whether you do or not, if you have noticed in your attempts to get with the Europeans and others to get them on board with the new U.S. policy, that efforts by Secretary Kerry or any other former official, for that matter, is interfering in or undermining your efforts.
So I'll leave the legal determinations to others. But what Secretary Kerry has done is unseemly and unprecedented. This is a former Secretary of State engaged with the world's largest state sponsor of terror. And according to him, right, you don't have to take my word for it, these are his answers, he was talking to them. He was telling them to wait out this administration. You can't find precedent for this in U.S. history, and Secretary Kerry ought not to engage in that kind of behavior. It's inconsistent with what the foreign policy of the United States is, as directed by this president, and it is beyond inappropriate for him to be engaged in this. I remember I saw him in Munich at the security conference. He was there with, if I have my facts right, because I think I saw them all with my own eyes, Secretary Moniz and Wendy Sherman, the Troika. And I am confident that they met with their Troika counterparts, although one can perhaps ask Secretary Kerry if my recollection with respect to that is accurate. I wasn't in the meeting, but I am reasonably confident that he was not there in support of U.S. policy with respect to the Islamic Republic of Iran, who this week fired Katyusha rockets toward the United States Embassy in Baghdad and took action against our consulate in Basra.
When I just said, has it had an impact? Has it hurt your efforts? That's just it. Or,
okay. I think you understand what I wish it is, that former secretaries of state, all of them, from either political party, ought not to be engaged in. Actively undermining U.S. policy as a former Secretary of State is literally unheard of.
Leslie.
Can you absorb that, folks? Now, when he said last week, Iran lobbed missiles at our embassy in Baghdad, let me tell you something before I wanted to do it afterwards. This is not the other day. This press conference was loaded up September 14th, 2018. 2018. John Kerry, a former Secretary of State, meeting privately with Iranians. You heard Pompeo. Meeting privately, asking them to wait out. Wait out. Give me number one. Kerry asking the Iranians in private meeting. He said he was in Munich, right? I don't think he was here supporting our efforts. Our deep state John Kerry should be in prison for treason and undermining and contributing to killing. Okay, this traitor in Vietnam, traitor, okay? What was the boat? Damn boat. Kerry, a traitor from Vietnam. A traitor. I think he turned in his medals or didn't want them. A traitor to this country. Became Secretary of State and participated knowing that they were killing your children. Yeah, folks, they were killing. He knew. He knew. John Kerry knew. John Kerry participated in helping them get the money they needed to sponsor terrorism kill your kids, and buy uranium. While we have people that were captive for 444 days by these people that have still not been compensated. Kerry didn't worry about them. Let me tell you something. They made a big political issue over 9/11, right? And funding, which I'm not saying I'm against that, but funding 9/11 victims? Interesting. They're more interested in giving that damn money back to Iran, right? Now here's what smokes them right now. Mitch McConnell being the majority leader in the Senate, okay? Mitch McConnell being the majority leader in the Senate. If you're intending to run in the state, you need to go to him. You don't have to, it's not the law, but you need to go to him and give him your intentions that you want to run for Senate in your state. And then that way you can get the support or whatever. Mike Pompeo has announced to Mitch McConnell he will not be running for Senate in Kansas. He may stay Secretary of State. They are livid, folks, because how many times have they tried to get you to think or make Pompeo and separate him from the president and say they're not on the same page and a rift in the White House between Secretary of State. Pompeo announced that he is staying on the job. They can't take it. You just heard what he said, undermining our foreign policy, saying, wait this administration out. Should be in prison, folks. They know it. The media could report this, and they don't. Take us to break. We'll be right back.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.